Evening, YouTubers. We're working on this FedEx truck that's got a 5.9 Cummins in it, and it was smoking really bad, and they thought it was a motor, but it's actually the turbo. You can see the shaft is like still loose in there. This is the center section of the turbo, and the exhaust housing's full of oil, and the intake's full of oil too. That's the intake part of the turbo, and see all the exhaust coming out. There's all the oil coming out of the exhaust, coming out the side. The whole side of this truck's covered in oil, tires covered in oil. Turbo, or the exhaust is dripping oil. You should have seen the smoke screen this thing was making. I'm out on the road when I drove it here. Luckily I didn't get pulled over. So hopefully that's all this thing needs. Because sometimes it takes a little bit to start, and that's usually the injectors are leaking. Check engine lights on too, so you gotta figure that out. But I like to check out these trucks, make a video of the truck so I can document everything on the paperwork. This was a pretty easy turbo to get off. Usually they're really hard to get the nuts to come loose because they're rusting to pieces. But this one's not that bad. There's the engine. It's funny that these are an EGR system on these 5.9s, but on the pickup trucks and the Dodges, they don't have the EGR system for some reason. There's the VIN number. There's the information for all the components. There's the incomplete vehicle data. Usually these come from Freightliner. That's just the chassis, and then Telemaster puts the body on. If you ever need any parts from Telemaster, there's the phone number. Here's the DOT circle inspection. Here's the annual inspection sticker. Looks like these need to be redone. There's more than one. Can't hardly read it. So there's the back of the truck. All the individual pieces I took off: air filter, charge air pipe, intake pipe. Let's see what else. There's underneath the hood. Got a big radiator. Fuel filter probably needs to be replaced. Power steering is full. Brake fluid's full. Belt looks good. Let's see how much coolant's in it. Better put some stop leak in it. Maybe it's got a leak somewhere. Don't see any leaks. Check quick. Oop. That's below the add mark. It's typical when there's a turbo going bad. It just consumes the oil. Transmission fluid is full. Needs air filter. Washer fluid's empty. Here's the TCM, the Allison TCM. It's one of the older styles before they went to the smaller of the two. This one's got the two connectors on the bottom. The new one has the single connector. And then here's the fuse panel. They usually have a fuse panel cover that tells you what each individual fuse is for, but this one didn't come with it. It's loose. You can tighten that up. Somebody just replaced both the springs at the front. I think they just did the brakes too. This thing needs an alignment. Yeah, they just did the brakes. We replaced that chrome line right there because it was leaking really bad, and it was paper out here. It was like spraying out really fast. It looked like smoke, but it wasn't. And we fixed that, and now it's able to start up on its own. Check the lights. So it's got a headlight out. I think he said that he runs it on high beam so he doesn't have to worry about it. But I'd worry about it because you never know if it's on or off, and you're gonna get pulled over. And so your headlights out. But DOT doesn't like that. Lights work. The license plate lights out. Hazards. 4 ways look like they're working. So, yep. That usually indicates that the bulbs aren't burned out. Both filaments are working. 4 ways are working. See it back there. Working. That one's working. That one's working. That one's working. Horn's working. Fan's really loud. First lights work. Looks like somebody's been in here and replaced those connectors. Maybe they were chasing something. Looks like all the fuel lines are new. Kind of weird. Well, that's all for now, YouTubers. Actually, let's check the rear brakes real quick. I can use these pads on the ground so I don't have to roll in the dirt. Get all the cars dirty. Somebody just did them. Brand new brakes. I'll check it later, I think. Grab a crescent wrench real quick. It's a nice night here in Arizona. Not very hot. I don't like working during the day in the summer. It's unbearable. It's full. Looks clean too. Alright. Like somebody recently replaced the shocks. Exhaust looks good. Might need a grease job though. Stupid thing, all these odometers don't work on it. Go bad for some reason. I like the analog ones, they don't go bad, really. We have a bunch of old trucks in the fleet that their odometers are still working. So, to be continued, YouTubers. Have a blessed night.